Hey everybody, how are you guys today? So, how are you?
I'm good. I'm better than I was.
All right. Well, this is Stitching the Miles Together. We're going to find out all about that. So, this is our knitting, crochet, yarny, nerdy, book related. I don't really even know podcast.
We don't even know what we're doing at this point.
We're just having a good time. That's what we're doing because that's what we need. So,
We're just inviting you into what is usually a normal conversation or video chat between us.
yeah.
That's it. Like you're the flies on the wall.
So we are stitching the miles
Congrats.
together. Yes, yeah. So I am Heather from Heather Spins a Yarn, and this is my best friend.
And I am Nikki, Know It All from Know It All Nikki.
Yeah, and we stitched the 4,000 mile gap. It's actually over 4,000 mile. I know.
It is.
Gap together with our love of yarn and all sorts of other crazy things because we honestly, quite a few of our viewers don't knit or crochet or spin. They just say we're hilarious.
Yeah, they just were entertaining.
I know. I don't know. They like to laugh, I guess, with us, at us. I don't really know.
I was gonna say, are they really laughing with us? I feel like they're mocking me.
Nobody is mocking you. Oh my goodness. So if this is your and this is episode 21. So welcome to episode 21.
Even though on YouTube it doesn't look like it's episode 21. All of our previous episodes are still in limbo between Facebook and my computer.
Yes. They'll get there eventually. You can find them if you go to the Heather Spins a Yarn page on Facebook. They live there in the video section along with lots and lots and lots of Heather Spins Alive because she does spin lives quite often and apparently talk about herself in third person. Hey.
You know what though? I think as we get closer and closer to the end of this year, we should all start talking about ourselves. In third person because I don't think any of us wants to be where we actually are. We all need narrators at this point.
I feel like it would be like a Charles Dickens novel.
Nikki thought she would get out of bed on Monday.
No. It was the best of times and the worst of times.
Oh, who are we kidding? It was the worst of times
ever. 2020 gave birth finally to the podcast. Like we got it going.
I mean, that is true.
Gave it the kick in the pants that it needed. So there's the 2020 gave us lots of good things. Like I said last time, I feel like 2020 is getting blamed for everything. I mean, well, duh, but it's all good. We gotta love her some. She's pretty. She gives us good stuff. So, So welcome.
She's very hungover.
She's very hungover.
She looked better at the beginning, but now she's hungover.
I think everyone had such high expectations for her, and she just was like one of those. Okay, so you know how I don't know about you, but we're just gonna jump right in, I guess. So I don't know about you, but with me, sometimes when there's so much pressure on you to do stuff, you like just do nothing at all. Like I'm just gonna nap like for 14 hours. It's all good. And maybe that's what 2020 is doing. Like there were such high expectations put on her shoulders that she's just like, nope, whatever. No. Yeah, whatever.
2020 is definitely Gen X. Because 2020 has given us the giant middle finger. Do what I want. I do what I want.
Let's see here.
So I'm just that's my take on it. Oh, in 20 years from now, our children will laugh and laugh and laugh. So, all right.
So if you, I don't know where you're watching this at, but we have a Stitching the Miles Together YouTube channel. So we would love if you would subscribe and, that way you get notifications because we still haven't figured out if we're doing this every week or every other week.
I still vote. I kind of want to vote for every week. Like, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna like make this decision on the show, but I'm gonna weigh in. I'm sorry, as I disappear because my yarn took a dive.
Right.
I think we should still do it every week because it's a reason. Honestly, it's a reason to get my butt out of bed. And so, do it for me, Heather. Do it for me.
Okay. It is easier to schedule because I can say, nope, I'm sorry. Well, we don't do it live anymore, so that makes it a lot easier not to worry about that. For those of you, this is episode 21 is your first episode, or maybe episode 20. If you're new viewers to the show, we did it live. Okay, it is in the podcast, like live on our
for
Facebook
5
page.
months.
For 5 months, yeah.
6 months.
Sometimes most of the shows were at least 45 minutes, but most of them were about an hour. We had a couple 2-hour shows, and we had people that would tune in live with us every single time that we,
And that was the fun part of it, was having people there live. And I think that's when the shows went longer, because
we had a lot more interaction. People would ask stuff, like we're wrapping up and someone would ask something. It's like, oh, that's a great thing. And then it would like take us into something that sometimes we would cover 2 shows worth of topics
in one show.
in one show.
And then it would be a Midwestern goodbye.
Oh my goodness, yes.
But they started it.
They did start it. They did, although we are really good for them. So I remember when Nicole she used to live, for those of you that don't know, she used to live just about, I said a half hour last time, but that was really when Heather drives a car. She was more like an hour away.
I did not take an hour to get there.
45 minutes. We're just,
I just didn't always leave when I said I was
leaving. Nicole's I'm leaving is I still have to pee and get my shoes on before I walk out the door.
Nicole's I'm leaving now is a Midwestern goodbye.
So, but I would get up at Nicole's house because we'd always hang out in her dining room. And so I would get up and I would like slowly make my way. Like we would stand up and then I would get to the dining room door.
And then a kid would interrupt.
Oh, yes. And then I would get down the stairs.
And then a kid would interrupt.
Yeah. And then like to my car and then in front of her. Like, so it took forever. Like Jeremy's like, I started texting him like when I physically got in the car, because the one time I texted him when I was getting up from the table that I was leaving. And political call. Gosh, we always have such fun phone calls.
Political call. That's another thing about 2020 that just needs to go away.
I know.
I know we need to have this election. I know we need to have this election year, but
right.
It would just be so much better. I'm just going to leave it. And you guys, everybody else can just fill in that sentence.
Fill in the blank.
This election would be so much better if
blank.
Fill in the blank.
There you go. No judgment. Okay. You can draw pictures if you want. Yeah.
I want to see some of these pictures.
I know you should put that in the comments. Like just the word, because they're all going to be different. And people are, what the heck is this? I thought this was a knitting and crochet show. So
you edit this thing. Not me. But we'll try.
Very little editing. I like the live aspect of it. So sometimes I don't like how things get choppy when you edit them. I tried to take some stuff out last time and it was just like, oh, this is bad. No.
Here's the thing. Heather and I both have had vlogs that showcase the imperfections in our lives. I had the guilty parent for a number of years. You were the domestic extraordinaire, which said you do it all, never said you did it all well.
Yes, that was my tagline. Yes, that was.
And then for many years, probably 10 years at least, I was chaos in the country also.
And I wrote for a parenting website called Aiming Low.
Yes. So I think that really should set the show up.
Right. I always like to say, because so I guess, gosh, I feel like we have to almost, because we did reintroduce ourselves, but at the beginning of every show, just kind of like it. So it just feels kind of, so for people that have already tuned in before, I'm really sorry. This feels kind of redundant, I guess. Is that
we're going to try to, we might try to stop doing that. We might not. We don't know.
But you know what? I like it because when I tune into a podcast partway through, it kind of gives me a summary, and it's not always the same story. This isn't like Arcan, like you're going to go back through and listen and stuff like that. And the train just jump tracks. There's no thought. The thought's gone.
No, it's like a Okay, so my husband loves to fish. You know this.
Yeah.
He loves to fish. It's like a fishing story that just keeps getting bigger. It's like that
There
fish
you
story,
go.
I almost had him. He was 100-pounder. The next time he tells it, it was 125-pounder. We just keep sticking in details that, maybe didn't show up the episode before or
Right.
something like that. We are our own, the fish that got away or whatever.
We are. Darn it. So, all right.
There's something
So
wrong with us. That's all.
there is nothing wrong with us. First, well, I mean, there is lots wrong with us. Medical professionals have said, but hey, anyways,
I'm not crazy. My mom had me tested.
you know, right? All right. So let's just jump right in. At the end of the show, if you get that far, we will let you know where you can find us online if you're still interested.
Or you could just look at the
Show notes right now.
description.
It's right there. Right there.
It's right. It's down
I
there
know.
somewhere.
We can point actually.
See that's where I'm at everywhere. Everywhere.
Good luck finding
Just
me.
Google it.
Yeah. I'm
Good luck
thinking.
finding Heather. She's kind of incognito.
Well, I'm thinking of changing my name on Instagram to Heather Swinsey Yarn.
We talked about this last episode a little bit.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't decided yet. So, anyways,
she's still circling the funnel.
I am. I have a hard time going down. Although, okay, look, but yesterday so I was off island and I went into a store and so I got my shirt. Oh, it says "Be kind to others."
It's so cute.
I love it. And this isn't red. This is like pink. Like it matches the pink for the cardigan I'm going to make. I'm excited. It was meant to be. My husband laughed when he saw this shirt. I was like, I had to bring
Did you
this
do
home
that
with
on
me.
purpose or was it
No, I
accidental?
didn't know. I thought it was a regular rainbow, like a red, like primary color rainbow.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's pastel-y. So I was excited because I was getting dressed this morning. I was like, oh, when my cardigan gets done. I was super excited and also kind of sad that I haven't finished that cardigan. So,
Whoops.
but I haven't even started the cardigan. So it's not like,
It's not like
anyway.
it's sitting there waiting for you.
No, it's not sitting there waiting for me. So, anyways, so what are you whips? So whips are works in progress. So what do you have to show for us that you were working on between? And I figure like in between the shows, like because sometimes we have whips that aren't active. Those sometimes are UFOs, but I say they get eventually finished. So
unless they're on Sleeve Island.
Listen, he's having a relaxing Caribbean vacation.
Totally
he's really into that Christopher Cross song right now. I could see his yarn things. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So when we talk about whips in the show, just so our viewers are aware, and so we're clarifying ourselves because we really are just making this up as we go along. I mean, we have show notes, but not like we don't talk about this beforehand. We just kind of have loose topics so that way we can get reactions.
And then at the last minute, I'm like, "Hey, I have books that I want."
Oh, I know. And she's like, "Oh, I want to do this." And I'm like, "Whoa, okay." So,
or I get a message that says, "Hey, what do you think about having your Switch?"
Well, we got the nerdy goodness at the end. All right, so you start us off on whips.
All right, so I am still working, obviously, on a downtown cardigan, which I probably started sometime at the beginning of this podcast when we first started. I don't think I actually cast on till this year. I did not.
Yeah, I believe it was in February.
Yeah. So this is the cardigan that never ends. And Heather can explain her version of that. She has her own version.
I do.
You do. But look, technically yours is finished, right? Right.
Yes. Crazily, it is finished, but
and then I still have the principal cowl, which I cannot work on while we do this, or a stitch that needs to be slipped doesn't get slipped, or a stitch that doesn't need to be slipped gets slipped.
Oh.
So I can only watch. You know what? I know some of you are going to understand, but then I also know that some of you are going to laugh and laugh and laugh. But I can only knit this while I'm watching TV. That's how it is. I can't knit it while I'm talking to people on the phone. I can't knit it.
Projects like that.
I can't. If I'm supposed to be forming any kind of intelligent or congruent or complete thought, I can't knit on this project. So, but this is called the principal cowl because eventually it will go to a much adored and revered principal in our school district.
She talked about that in episode 20. So
talked about that last episode.
Yes, but I'm letting people know. Yeah, you can go back and
watch the episode.
Just pause us. We'll wait.
We'll be here.
Oh, so you're not looking. You didn't get it. Never mind. I was like, go ahead. We'll wait.
And we're back.
You're like, anyways.
Okay. So those are the two things that I'm working on. I want to start other things, but I know that if I do, this cowl will never get complete. And at first I wanted to give this to the person like a month ago.
Right.
But I don't even think I started it until this month.
No, you started it. I
September. Started it last month. Yeah, that's what I thought.
You did right then.
So, but I haven't been knitting on it every day. I mean, I knit on it every week.
Well, there you go.
Does that count?
It counts. Any knitting time. The only reason that I was like pressuring you, and not even pressure is not the right word. The only reason that I was okay, fine, I pressured you. The only reason that I was what do they call that? Accountable. I'm holding you accountable to your knitting. Your accountability partner. I mean, for writing and everything else. So, I mean,
you really need to outsource that job.
I know, right? I feel like I'd be like a debt collector or something. Somebody'd see my number or my message pop up, and they'd look over at their basket where their unfinished object is, and they'd be like, I can't talk to her. No, you know. Oops. So
I have. There's been times where I see a message pop up and it's, did you get any knitting done today? And I'm like,
I know, but she wants me to ask her though, so that
I handle it well.
To help you.
Help me, help you, help me, help you, help me, help you. My favorite movie season is coming up.
Yay! All right. So
I might have to subscribe to the Hallmark Channel just to watch all of the sappy watch you. Look at your face. This is why I didn't mention this before. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. I had a month full of, I guess you could say, bed rest after surgery last year. Mm-hmm. So it started, in a couple of days from now, last year, I was on my way to Ohio. Mm-hmm. So after surgery, I had 4 weeks that I sat in bed because I really couldn't go or do anything else. Right. And my dad has all the channels. If there's a channel that needs to be had, he has it. Just saying. Nice. He will never, I don't know that he'll ever cut the cord and go streaming. But so he has the Hallmark Channel. And not only does he have one Hallmark Channel, I'm pretty sure he has 2 of them. I can't remember, but I think he does. It's like an East Coast and a West Coast version. I don't know. Help me out, people that still have, Dish or DirecTV. Help me out. Please tell me. Is there an East and West Coast version? Or is it North and South?
Hallmark 1 and 2. Who knows?
Yeah, pretty much. And so
anyways,
they started instead of like playing, Halloween movies, because that would make sense. They started playing in November. They started playing all of the Christmas stuff, like right at the beginning of November. And so I had all that time to just watch Christmas movies. And I hate to tell you, but that's like crack.
I'm sure it is. There is.
You get addicted, Heather. You can't turn away. You can't turn it off. You can't turn away. It's like a train wreck. You just have to keep watching.
I saw TikTok.
You what?
I said I saw a TikTok somebody had
Yeah.
posted on Instagram, and it was like about how she was a 30-something-year-old single woman visiting Vermont, and like that one person, like she was like all these different like plot lines. It was hilarious.
I think I might have seen that one, but
Right.
yes, like so
Right.
yeah, I might actually have to subscribe to the Hallmark channel. I mean, it's available on my Roku. I could get it. And then now don't knock it. While I was sitting there watching all of these sappy Christmas movies that I like to call stuff that never
How did we
happens
get
to
from
me
whips to
ever.
Christmas movies?
What?
We're in whips, and you're talking about Christmas movies. I'm like, how did we get from whips to Christmas movies?
I'm gonna bring it back around. Give me a minute.
All right. Bring it back around.
That's how I ended up as far as I did with Winston.
Knitting and Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
And
And so if I do that, there's a chance that I might get this thing done.
So you're telling me that your poor Winston that's in there just chilling on Sleeve Island, which we just talked about, he's probably having a good time. Okay, could you
I'm gonna make him come home?
Can you at least take him out of the room before you like watch Hallmark movies and knit the principal cowl? I mean, how do you think that's going to make Winston feel? Like, I thought that was our special time. Here I am, sleeveless. Make sure he's nowhere around.
Or maybe I'm just waiting that is my special time with him. Maybe I have to just get these other two things done so that I can have my special time with Winston.
I think that's a good plan.
I also think that movie was actually on, that Tom Hanks movie actually was on while I was, the one with it's the one where he's stranded on the desert island. I don't think it's a coincidence that sweater is called Winston. I don't know if Jane Richmond knew that. Like, I think it's like subconsciously that's what happened. Because you think about it, Winston is a soccer ball, right?
Yes.
And he was on an island. And where is my Winston? On Sleeve Island. I was so excited about that, I pulled my earbud out.
I saw.
I think about it. It makes sense.
It does.
Anyways, so what are you working on, Heather?
Okay, so let's see here. So I am currently, let's see.
She wasn't actually prepared for me to.
Okay, so I'm going to, this is a huge disclosure. Okay. I am working on my Stephen West knits.
Oh, yes.
Because the second thing,
is it disclosure or spoiler?
This would be a spoiler alert.
Okay.
So
I thought it was
I'm still working on clue number 1. But
okay.
if you are like into it and you're knitting it as you go, you have nothing to worry about. But if you haven't knit it yet, please avert your eyes from the screen and we will let you know when it's safe to come back. But I'm not very far into clue 1 right now. So,
or if you're like me and you have 20 tabs open, just go to another tab.
Just go to another tab. You can listen to us.
Listen to us. And then that way you'll hear when you got to come back. Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
So,
ooh, don't look, people.
Yeah, don't look. Yeah. So this is Vesper. This is the Vesper colorway, by Superfine Yarn Company. It's a really pretty silvery gray, and that's the wool mint fiber. And then I
love that.
And then I have the Malabrigo and then my Cascade yarn that was on my Planetary Yoke sweater. So,
Mhm.
and then this is to remind everybody, okay, you can look
You can
back
look now.
now. You can look. All right. So, so this is contrast color number 2. I haven't used this one yet. This is my speckled one. So Stephen dropped a bonus clue on Monday, which I was very fearful that he was going to do. So now, and this clue is not mandatory, or this clue is mandatory. So I want to get this done and, the bonus clue done before Friday, which I
I'm
think I
so
could do.
glad I'm not knitting this.
Why?
I don't think I could do it.
What, like keep up or?
Mhm.
Oh, well, and
I'm
you
gonna
can
have
knit it
enough
all
trouble next
together.
month.
I mean, you could do it all together, but so
That's true. Maybe I'll
I
wait till everybody is done.
my let's see here. Where's my bag? Before Heather gets done. Oh my gosh, whatever. So this is my next.
No, I said everyone. I didn't say you. I said I'm gonna wait till everyone's done. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I think that that's and then you could see if you like it. Like
Yeah.
I have liked every single other one, and so I decided that I was just gonna, which is very uncharacteristic. Characteristic. I can't even speak.
Characteristic.
Characteristic. Yes, thank you.
You're
My
welcome.
tongue just kept me tied.
I'm your
So
linguistist for the day.
apparently so. So this is a little shirt for Poppy, Vivian, my granddaughter.
You have to
She
tell everybody
is.
who Poppy is.
I'm gonna pull up a picture actually.
Okay.
So Poppy is from Trolls, and the latest Troll movie. Now, my granddaughter, she gets speech like every week at school, and she's almost 5. And I'm sorry, I'm like, look, oh, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm like, my daughter sent it to me, and I'm like looking in saved folders, and I didn't actually save it.
Uh-oh.
So I did, but just not where I thought I did. So this is Poppy.
Poppy is a wild and crazy girl.
Yes. So Trolls World Tour, and my granddaughter loves it. She's watched every Trolls movie. She like recites them, and she just is like loves the Trolls.
That's odd. I bet you it's hilarious.
It is. She like gets up. She's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I can't sit with you right now. I got to get up and dance for this part." And she watches it once a day, every day. Like after she gets done with certain thing, like with school, some part of school, like my daughter says she gets up. So
That's adorable.
I made Vivian this hat. I'm gonna try to like. There we go.
Okay.
So that's the Poppy's hair.
Yes.
So I made her a hat, and it's like from above to in my really messy office. I was trying to like get rid of the glare, but that's not
going to happen.
You know, I'm like, oh wait, no, that's not gonna happen. Anyways, so I made her Poppy's hair, and she took Poppy's hair home. My daughter's supposed to send me a picture. She wouldn't take a picture with me or she wouldn't take a picture for me with the hair once she realized she was leaving. So it's kind of sad.
Oops.
So it made her the shirt, and then I'm just gonna kind of go sail right into it because the only other thing, these are the only 2 things I've been working on.
Right.
My other finished objects. So I'm sailing into finished objects because I made the Poppy pants.
Oh my God.
So cute. I didn't
allow me a pair of Poppy pants.
see when I agreed to make the Poppy outfit, I thought that she needed hair, like a hat, and she needed a vest. And then my daughter gets here and was like, "Oh no, can you look at her outfit? It's crocheted. It looks all crocheted. This is what I want you to do." Like it was kind of, I felt like it was like, and so I'm like, yeah, I totally can do that, but I'm not going to have it all done this weekend.
I want people to understand that for you to knit an entire outfit is just no big thing. No big deal. No big deal.
Kind of.
It's really not. Like the rest of us, or maybe it's just me.
No, it's a lot of
the rest of us losers, i.e. me, are like, I have to put sleeves on this sweater? Why can't I just wear it like this? Wait, I have to attach that?
I wish I could give you all the sleeve that I knitted for the other sweater and you would be done now. I mean, like, I wish I could, you know how when you're a kid, your mom, like when your kids hurt themselves and we're like, I really wish I could take this pain away. I wish I could give you the sleeves that I'm unraveling from the other
Wish you could
sweater.
take my pain away in the
I
form of
do.
sleeves.
I love you. So yeah, so I made poppy
Oh,
pants. Now, so next up is the vest. Now, I was taking some fun fur that I had found in like this neutral color that I gotten from Goodwill, and I was using like this. This was what I was making the vest out of.
okay.
Well, when I went to mainland
Adorable. So
yesterday,
cute.
it's cute, but I found yarn that is even better.
You didn't tell me about you didn't tell me about this.
Well, we haven't really chatted except for messages back and forth. So yeah. So this yarn is going to be the best, and that's perfect because it's all, you know.
Fringy.
Well, yeah, and it's soft and it's not like the fun fur. It's a little bit thicker. It's just really fun. So I hope I have enough. Although when I was looking at the pictures, I was really sad how long it was. So the other finished object that I have is a cowl that I finished that I'm not going to be showing right now.
Excuse me.
I'll
Sorry.
send you pictures of it privately, Nicole.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, sorry the rest of you guys. I'm
Uh-uh.
submitting it for publications places, and
Yes.
so I'm not sure what they would entail, like stuff previously being published. So I'm gonna kind of keep the whole pattern,
She's gonna
the
she's
like
gonna
the
keep it up
photo
a
photo
wrap
and the
under
wraps
wraps. Yes.
until I can just like until I know what's going on with it, and then if nothing comes of the publication proposals, then I will offer it for sale and on my website. So, but it's all good. It's
That's
going to be
good to
coming
know.
out whether it gets released through some like another publication or directly through me. So
I really hope you do it. Actually, I still really hope you do it. I'm gonna be mad for a minute. Heather got published before I did, except for it's not technically true. Because I've been published in newspapers.
I've been published before, not for this, but I have.
Wow, you just sucked all the wind right out of my sails, didn't you?
I
I'm just
mean,
gonna go join Winston on the
I'm
island,
whatever.
but I'm
So
I'm gonna listen to the Rush version. I'm gonna listen to Rush instead of Christopherson. We're just gonna
oh, I
we're just
did
gonna rock it
finish
out with some Rush.
this. So this is my overlapping life hat. I think I was working on it last time. So I did finish this. I actually threw it on because it's really cold in my house. And I got these faux fur things that I had to blow up with
Yes.
a thing. I think it's like a 20 pack of them. I know, right?
You really need to explain what you did because you said you had to blow it up with a thing, and now
And now Nicole's 12
this is
year
not that
old.
kind of show.
Okay. Oh my goodness. So I bought I believe it was a 20 pack of faux fur pom-poms off of Amazon and for like $15. And so but the reviews all said, and even in the description, it said that they're gonna come like when they come, and I should have had
I
like
knew this
the
was gonna
bucket.
happen.
What
Did you hear my phone?
is it going off?
Yeah. I'll give you 3 guesses. We're just gonna keep on going.
Oh gosh. Well, I know who's calling. Great. Hi, Brian.
We'll tell you guys later.
Yeah. So so anyways, so the pom-poms come very, very flat because they're all packed in and the air is all sucked out and everything like that. So they recommend in the description for the product that when you get it, you will need to vigorously shake it or use a blow dryer on the lowest setting possible. So I used the
See,
blow dryer and
she
I'm pretty
didn't actually
excited.
blow it up,
I did
people.
not blow it up. And then, and then, sorry, I did not mean to. And then I
She
made another
fluffed
one.
it.
I did fluff it. Oh, there it is. So this is the hat I made last year for Overlapping Life,
Yep.
and I had to steal the pom pom from it because I needed it for a hat that I was giving to someone. But it's kind of cool because this is another one of the pom poms that were in there. So
Ooh, I like that one.
yeah, isn't that pretty with this?
That's very pretty.
So,
I
but
like
because my original, this is like one of my prototypes, Overlapping Life. I did it so you could put your ponytail to the top, but I don't actually do that. So I need to stitch this up before
I
I can
might
put this on.
wanna I have never actually done that either, but I've wanted to.
What, make it so?
The ponytail, bun, whatever sticks out the top.
Alexis, I think my daughter has done it with her hat, but I'm not really sure. Right.
See, I need to do that.
I just don't. Well, I take my
I'm
hat off
not
when I get to
I
work.
swear.
So yeah, so that would be what I'm working on, what I finished, and what I'm still working on next is the whatchamacallit, the vest for Poppy, so I can get that sent off. But I also want to finish, the my clues here, because I have clue 1 and bonus clue, and clue 2 drops today's
Friday.
Wednesday, so Friday. At first I thought I was not.
So
And then
are you gonna
what?
knit like a crazy lady to catch up and be ready for clue number 2, or do you?
Right now my priority is Vivian's Halloween
Yes,
costume.
right.
So
If you get a little behind.
yeah, because just I love that they encourage people like to post pictures, but to not, but to like have lead up foil photos. So this, spoiler, like, and so you
Right,
can look if you choose to or not look. And I've seen a
right.
couple of them, just friends of mine have shared theirs with me and have asked if it was okay. And I'm just like, yeah, because everybody picks their own colors and they're all drastically different. I guess my only complaint about it, and it's not even a complaint because I'm happy with how everything looks, but not everybody is we were told that the contrast colors would not interact with each other. Like they would only interact, like they would only be mainly connected to the main color. And my main color is the silver color, the Vesper color. And so when you picture contrast colors, he said you don't have to worry about if they work with each other because
Match.
yeah, because they're not gonna directly interact. You just have to worry about how they. And I honestly think that maybe he did that because a lot of his designs, um, I mean, he really makes you like step out of the box and kind of think and like, those colors and stuff. And like, I would have maybe never picked something like,
Right.
and so I think maybe he did that purposefully so that people would pick, like, so they wouldn't worry about intermixing their
So
colors.
matching.
Right, right.
They
So I
wouldn't worry
think,
about matchy.
right. I am okay with it. I'm happy with how they look though. I think maybe it'd be a different story if I didn't like how they looked.
Right. But I think you kind of did pick colors that end up going well together.
Well, yeah, because that's just how
They
right.
complement each
Well, and
other.
that's just thanks to
It's
this. And I knew I had most of my yarns picked out. So instead of buying one
right.
skein, I bought two. And I'm really happy with my choice, like, especially now that I see how stuff is going. I'm definitely happy with my
Putting
choice.
together.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm definitely happy with
Cool.
my choice. Um, let's see
Is this the
here.
part where one of us has to remind the other what we're doing next?
Well, we're talking about what we're working on next. And so you wanted to show that picture. Did you want to show
I
was that just to me or was that to
I
everyone?
do. I mean, and well,
Or do you want to save that for, I mean, like,
let's save that for another time because if I get serious about that, yeah, so now you guys got to come back. Good job. Um, Actually, there's a couple of pictures, and I just thought about the other one while you were talking about Stephen West's project because my post stitch people are also casting on and working on Stephen West's knit along. So the slip stitch extravaganza.
oh, is that what
So
they
they're
got in their box?
no. They're just doing it independently.
Oh,
So
okay.
apparently they knit other stuff in between the boxes they send out. Who'da thunk? No. They're also participating in it. So but I do want to show a picture. We'll talk about it next week because I think if I just go purchase the pattern, I
Mhm.
probably already have the yarn for this project. So
Nice. Well, it was very
I know
pretty.
I'm being all kinds of cryptic. It's really not like that. It's just it's hard to explain without getting into a big lot of I love post stitch detail. And I didn't get this much month's box.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't get October's box. And as per usual, I am regretting it. Ta-da! It's fine. So, no, I am just going to try to concentrate on these two things for now.
Cool. I think you can
But
do it.
yeah. So, So I do not have any finished objects. Spoiler alert.
Oh, and this is that. I don't think you can see it, and I'm not taking it off my head.
Is that the one with the sparkle?
It does have the sparkle.
Hold still. There, now we see it. Yes, it shows up beautifully, actually.
All right.
It
So
looks like little twinkles right in the hat.
So this is from the Hook Nook. That was this is from the Hook Nook. I thought that yarn. I got it from Joann's, and I got it on clearance. And apparently, the Hook Nook is a person that I was following on Instagram. I mean, I started following after I looked them up. So you can still buy this. It's called Yummy Yarn. So by the Hook Nook.
Yeah. Okay.
I
like it.
I like the yarn. I like it. I think that I had more patience with it when it's $2.78 a ball versus like $9 a ball. It knots up real bad. And this, I also made my my prototype project out of this, my cowl that I was making.
Yes.
And I had to cut out. I wasn't happy with how I ended something that I tried to undo it, and crochet, it's super easy to undo, and I couldn't undo it. Like
it was a bigger problem than it should have been.
It should have been, yeah. I mean, and nobody wants to have to frog things, but
no,
I don't. It was even more frustrating than it had to be, and I actually had to force myself. Like I wasn't going to let myself work on my West knit shawl. I wasn't let myself do any more. Like I think I cast on for it, but I wouldn't let me do anything else until I fixed that.
That's right. So you fixed it and finished it. I remember, because you were like, I really want to touch it.
I want to, yeah. So I made myself do that.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. So I mean, like I like the yarn. I really liked it at the $2 price point because I'm super frugal. And my daughter was funny because she was there, and so I ended up getting quite a bit. I've made a lot of things out of that yarn because she ended up buying me a bunch of it. Like, and she bought me sweaters quantity of it because there's a sweater over there that I have to undo. Thankfully, that is undoing a little bit nicer than the crochet. Like the knit is undoing a lot nicer than the crochet stuff. I'm still getting some snarls, but not like the crochet. And that's what I think is disappointing, is because it's from the Hook Nook. Like this person, she crochets. That's what she does.
Right.
And so you would think that a yarn that you would crochet with, and maybe I just had like a badly spun batch or whatever. I don't really plan on.
Possible.
I don't really plan on crocheting a bunch of stuff up just to rip it out to see if I can rip the yarn out. That's not the goal here.
You can send it to me and I'll rip it out for you.
Well, I mean, my hope is that I don't mess up. I mean,
right. But when you do mess up, you want to be able to correct it easily.
Exactly. And that wasn't. And if I didn't have an extra skein of that yarn, I wouldn't have been able to finish that project.
And this is why sometimes Nikki says, no, I'm just going to knit all of this back. And Heather's like, well, you could just rip this back.
No, but you can't do that in crochet. You have to. I
know you can't. I'm talking about knitting. Nikki doesn't crochet.
I know.
Ever.
And for our viewers at home or wherever, I know. And it's not that you can rip it out with it when it's wool and it not go down. You like to knit back, and like if it's a nice, I don't like. Sometimes I'll put a lifeline in and I'll just rip the crap out of that back. It's so much easier. Unknitting gives me pain.
No. All right, so Stephen West is your knitting, or the thing that you're working on next.
Well, I'm working on it. Yeah, Poppy, and then if I get that other sweater sleeves fixed, I'm going to cast on for the harvest cardigan.
Okay.
And then for me to cast on for the other sweater I want to cast on for that I have the yarn for, I have to finish my sleeves on my homecoming cardigan.
Okay. So what's next?
Well,
talk about, I could bring my Hallmark movies back in if you want to talk about Christmas.
Well, we are at 44.
It will be Christmas knitting.
It will be Christmas knitting. I think that maybe.
Is it too early? Is it too early to talk about Christmas? I mean,
No,
if you're a knitter and a crocheter, no.
no, you should have been talking about Christmas in March if you wanted to get like
We were
everything.
too busy freaking out and stockpiling
It's true.
toilet paper, and now everybody has a hell of a lot of toilet paper to knit with.
Okay, but see, this is okay.
Can you knit with toilet paper?
You probably can. I don't know why. Probably more expensive than wool. The way the this is. Okay, so
This is true.
I do want to talk about something. I think we should talk
Okay.
about holiday crafting and gift crafting. Like, we'll talk about that next episode.
Okay.
Some of it, like, but
Some of it.
I think that this conversation that I'm going to have with you right now, this is what I'm going to spring on you because we didn't. I think I talked about this a little bit in a voice chat to you, but I don't know if you listened to this one or not. So,
I listened to all of them, Heather.
okay.
The ones that I will let me listen to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember
Curse you,
when.
Zuckerberg.
I know, right? So I follow someone on Instagram, and they're an ethical fashion blogger mostly. That's not why I follow them. I follow them because of their son, and like I've known them for a really long time, and we are following each other because of photography and different things. So I,
Where are we
I'm
going with this?
well, I'm
Okay.
getting there.
I'm very interested.
So I know, right? This we're doing the pose. So so she was showing her fall capsule online, and she was
Fall
trying on all of,
capsule?
yeah, like she has like certain like like capsules. I don't need to get in capsule wardrobe. Capsule wardrobe, you have so many pieces and you swap them out. Like these are only the pieces that you wear in the fall or only in the winter. Like
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
not one of those people. All my clothes are just, I just put layers on, so I just keep layering and keep taking. So
I
yeah,
don't have that kind of
right.
extra cash, but yeah,
Well,
sure.
especially ethical stuff. So, anyways,
Okay.
so
I see
but
where we're I see what you're okay. I'm
well,
listening.
no, you're still not. So she was showing the sweaters that she had and that she was going to wear during the fall, and some of them she's had for a long time and stuff. And but last year she shared this sweater that her mother-in-law made her, and this wasn't like a little. This was a. I mean, I was in awe of this. It was fingering weight yarn. It was like a long cardigan. It was beautiful. It was. She loved the color. It was her colors. It was everything. And I remember this. Well, when I was going through her sweaters that were in her capsule, this sweater was not in any of them
For this year?
for this year. So I
Okay.
messaged her and I said, "Oh," I said, "what happened to the sweater that your mother-in-law made you?" And she said, "Well, she's actually made me two, and I made they're carefully preserved and boxed up in her attic, but they're really impractical."
Ha-
So I mean, I don't make people like sweaters and stuff like. I mean, I make my granddaughter, and my kids and stuff like. My immediate, like my kids and stuff. But most people they get hats or
Mhm,
scarves or something from me, which
mhm.
still take a lot of time and work. Like I mean, like this hat, like I worked on it on and off for 2 days. I mean, like I can bust it out in like 6 hours, but that's like maybe less. But that's nothing but just doing that and doing nothing else.
That's like going, 8 rounds in the ring where you just run to your corner and have
Right.
somebody squirt you in the mouth with like some water and then you run back in.
Right. And so, like,
It's
this
exhausting.
sweater, like, the amount of time that went into this, and it's just, and this is why I don't really make a lot of gifts for people, like, especially big gifts, like, I'll ask somebody if they want something. And,
Yes.
it kind of perturbs me because now it's getting warm or getting cooler out. And so I'm getting warmer because I get to wear all these layers. And so people will see me and message me about making them
Um,
stuff, and when I
yes.
offer to share with them tutorials on places or offer to teach them, they're like, "Oh, I don't have time for that."
Um, I'm going to throw my comment in here.
Oh, sure.
And I agree wholeheartedly, which is why I think that I have some projects that are meant for other people,
Hmm.
but if I'm being honest, I have a concern that once they're finished, will they actually wear them? So these are not finished. In fact, if you notice, really the only things that I've finished are things for me, because I finished a couple of things for other people.
Right. Well, and it's almost like rejection, and it is. Like if they don't like, and you don't want to check up on it. Like, what are you doing? How are you? Have you taken like, are you wearing it? Is it
Did
comfortable
you
with
wear my
you?
hat today? Did you wear my hat that I made you today? Yeah.
So it's hard, and and we're not saying this so that like we get a bunch of people telling us that they would really appreciate us to make things for them, because that's not why. I'm saying it to just kind of be real, like.
But I'm curious. Okay, but I have to add. I am genuinely curious
Mhm.
why she thought the sweater was impractical.
Maybe because it was too warm for where they live, or maybe I mean, honestly, I think a lot of times people are afraid to ruin the things
Yes,
that
which is
they.
why when you make something for somebody, and most crafters will, I don't know, I can't even say most crafters because there are some people that will, I guess, make something and it's 100% hand spun wool and do not throw in the washer, do not dry, do not
um
fluff with a blow dryer.
when I make things for other people,
I
I
make
do.
them with the intention of being worn.
I exactly. I
Wear it
um
out.
I also take in consideration the person that I'm making it for. Like
Right.
when I made my granddaughter when I make my granddaughter stuff, I make sure it's washable and dryable. She's like crawling around. My daughter doesn't have to worry about, you know.
Right.
Now my daughter wants a sweater, and we discussed it and we decided on a sweater. But I'm like, well, there's going to be special like care with this sweater, not that
Right.
another sweater wouldn't, but and she understands that, but she has nice sweaters, and so she's like, oh, this will help me take care of all of my sweaters. So
Right. It's a yeah, it kind of goes back to that. How do you know if you're gifting a handmade object to somebody if it is going to be an appreciated and slash or
right,
loved as much as the as much as love that you poured into making it.
right. And I'm not
So
saying I want to be selfish and keep everything for myself, because that's not how it
there's
is.
somebody out there called the selfish knitter, I think.
Well,
That's
and
a
that's what
group
they.
on Ravelry.
Right, selfish knitting. I might be part of that. I'm not really active on Ravelry, but
Right.
I remember, oh goodness, uh,
I
Dana
wrote
from
a post about this.
did you? I know Dana from Year to Happiness, like, just talked about this, and then Gigi from,
Gigi made it.
yeah, she talked about selfish knitting, like, like, she's like, "I make stuff," because, like, and and that's what I think it's just so bad, because it just you feel guilt, and I mean, that's why I think I was able to take a crafting opposed to twisted opposed to something else, or crafting. I was able to take up crochet and knitting opposed to like something else, because I didn't feel like I was, because I could make stuff for other people and can be intentional with my crafting. But the whole
Right.
reason that I craft, I think that sometimes we put stress upon ourselves, and we're not able to finish things because there's just so much wrapped up in this, so many expectations wrapped up in this thing that we made, that we can't like
Right.
we just can't send it out into the world.
And I still get the, "Oh, I don't care if it's not perfect. I don't care if you made a mistake in it." Well, yeah, but that mistake could actually impede the functionality of the finished object, you
Right.
know? Like, there's a tiny hole by that one thumb, and I still have to fix that. So there's just, yeah,
So,
I think there's just, it almost turns me off from knitting for other people.
well, and I think that this is, I think that this is a, this is not where this segment was supposed to go. We were going to talk
Oh,
about crafting and stuff. No, no, no. This
whoops.
is, no, 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 no. I think this is fine. That's what I'm saying. I like where I told you, once I had remembered that had popped into my head right before I looked at my stuff, and I said, oh my goodness, I never did tell you about this because we hadn't talked a lot this week.
That's true.
And so if you know someone that knits or crochets or does any kind of like thing that you admire, like, and you're like concerned as to why they've not made you something, know that there is so much more that goes into it than going to pick up something off the rack at Walmart.
Yes. Like, honestly, it can be paralyzing because we may want to make it. We may know exactly what we're doing, but there's a lot of hidden expectations and and feelings that are attached to it.
Yeah.
You know? So yes, I definitely have a few things
Sorry,
that
my
in
daughter
fact
was
I was
calling me.
reminded about one.
So we are back. I have no idea what we were talking about. We had to like stop. So there is going to be a cut out there for a chunk. We were talking about Christmas crafting and how it is anxiety inducing.
Yes.
And my neighbors back on the mainland, one told me that there was a raccoon that they saw walking along my gutter and it turned the corner and they didn't see it anymore. And then my other one was like texting me that there was a little bit of damage in my soffit. So I said, well, you know what? I'll text my daughter and have her go out over and check out the attic to see if there's anything going on in there. So she sent me a text, or she called me, and I rejected the call, and I said, "Can I call you later? Because you were talking."
Right.
And I kind of looked over. So she says, "Well, I'm at your house."
Yeah.
So I had to,
We
I
had
had,
to break for
I
that.
had, yeah, I had to break for that, especially when it was like, it wasn't like, oh, all's good. It was, well, I'm at your house. ...
That is
Yeah.
we need to continue this conversation. We
Right.
need to have this one right now. So
So these, I swear, no raccoons were harmed in making this faux fur raccoon pom pom on the top of my head, please.
how do you know? Are you sure it's faux fur, faux raccoon fur?
Yeah. Sorry, had a little burp. Had like sparkling water today, and then this. Oh,
Is it?
my. What? It is faux fur.
Oh,
It's not real fur. It's faux fur.
well, I know faux fur, but I feel bad for the fake raccoons that had to give up their faux fur.
Well, and it's been like that for years, but apparently the raccoons finally figured it out. Anyways, so
Anyway,
so you know what
never
else
a
is
dull
anxiety inducing?
moment.
Raccoons.
Yeah. Anxiety inducing raccoons. There's never a dull moment.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I told you, we warned you coming in.
We did. This is not scripted. Clearly.
You were absolutely warned. And we'll leave all that in. So
we are not leaving that on.
well, I mean, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna take out the part where I'm talking to my daughter on the phone. So
yes, yeah. You guys missed that. It was I'm not sure who I feel worse for, Heather or the raccoon right now. Honestly.
yeah.
I know what the raccoon's got coming to him. Let's put it that way.
The neighbor did text me and let me know that if there's anything I needed, they were here for me. So I need you to go catch that raccoon.
It's good to have neighbors like that.
I know it is. It's really good. They're such a blessing.
Yeah.
So, all right.
But I'm thinking we probably want to wrap up at this point.
Well, we can wrap up, but I did want to. So, our little bit of nerdy, because I was pulling up my show notes here. So, for those of you who don't know, we play Animal Crossing New Horizon, and so I thought it would be fun to just have our games. Because I was checking into my game beforehand.
I haven't checked in yet today.
Oh, really? Did you even turn it on yet?
No.
All right. So
I haven't checked in. It's charged.
Well, that's good. All right, here. Well,
So here we go. Oh, look, Heather. I have one friend online.
There I am.
Woo-hoo,
All right.
there's Heather.
There I am. I'm like, I never play with my I never play with the Switch itself. I normally have it propped up with the controller. So,
oh, really? Well, see, okay, so Heather has the full Switch. I have a Switch Lite. Mine is because nobody wants to play with me. So I don't have to worry about having controllers for other people. because nobody plays with me. It really is just me. But Heather, she's got husband and children and
Nobody
people who
wants to
want to play
play
with
with,
her.
yeah, people don't
What?
actually want to, they don't ever want to play with me. We played with my Switch one time. Oh, my
But
sister, my daughter does. Oh, my kids do. Yeah. Sorry.
here's the thing. It's my music.
I can hear it. It's really,
But here's the thing. Heather and I have tried numerous times to be able to visit. Oh, I just ripped my earbud out.
oh my God.
I ripped my earbud out. I just ripped my earbud out completely.
I know. We watched.
I'm sorry. I got so excited. So Heather and I have tried to play with each other and visit each other's islands. And it much like my sweater, who is stuck on an island, Heather and I are not able to visit each other's islands like almost ever. Unless you want to try right now.
When we can. Do you want to come? Do you want to come here? Do you want me to go?
I'll try to go there. You probably have more going on your house, internet, Wi-Fi related.
No, we're not going to be able to do that right now. We're recording the podcast.
Oh, I guess so.
There's no way that's going to happen. Something's going to tank, or it's not going to happen. So what I figure you could do is you can stand out in front of your house or wherever you want. I was just
what am I wearing today? Hold on. I might have to change my clothes.
Oh my goodness. This is why. Although I did change my clothes this morning.
See, and I haven't even checked in until now.
Well, it is earlier there than it
Hold
is
on,
here.
let me just turn around.
I've already worked a full day and, made some.
Okay. Are you ready?
All right. Who's going to go first?
You go first.
All right. So, well, all right.
Oh, but look at her layers. She's all layered and she's got her mask and her glasses.
Yep. And then there's my fossil on my door.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, and this
you
is
are
my
all decorated.
All right, here you can see my garden. It's pretty massive. Wait.
You guys are just gonna have to deal with this right now. Or just fast forward through this.
No,
we don't get to visit. Like for some reason our switches will not cooperate. Oh, your garden is so pretty.
Thank you. So like, why is it not focusing? There we go. I'm like, why is it not focusing? It goes on the other side of my house too. Like not as much. My workbench is over there. So
nice.
So yes. So and then let's see yours. And then we can.
Okay.
It's gotta be closer.
Can you see me?
I can see you sort of. It's just not focusing on you. It's trying to focus on your fingers. I don't know what.
All right, fine. Here we go.
Is your hair in a bun?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're standing in front of your window. It is not focused, yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't want to. But anyways, that's me. Actually is a pretty accurate representation of me. Yours is fairly accurate of you, too.
It is.
Heather wears a mask all day.
I do. It was so funny.
I feel like you set me up for this because you knew we were going to do this. And you had your mask and everything.
My mask has been on since I bought my mask. I bought my mask and like as soon as they were available, I bought a mask on the thing, and my person has been wearing a mask pretty much the whole entire time. And Vivian was like, it was so funny when she was here. My granddaughter, she was like, "Mimi, that's you. That's you with a mask on. Good job wearing your mask, Mimi." I was like,
"Aww,
thanks, baby." Now, I will have to say that, I don't know. The flower garden is huge. My pumpkin patch. I just got all orange pumpkins. I was kind of sad.
Oh, I turned mine off. Hang on.
No, my pumpkins were away. Like they're not by my house. I have a pumpkin patch in because I don't know. I have like my island was very hard. You can't get to. Well, now you can. You can get all over on my island.
I have numerous flower gardens, and they're just kind of wild. They're not like um, they're not confined by any fences. Mine are just free range, but I think my leaves are actually turning. The leaves on my trees,
Mm-hmm.
on some of them, are actually starting to turn.
My pear trees are turning, and then
Let me see.
just the regular tree, and then nice,
So you can see like this one in the front,
yeah,
it's starting
yep.
to turn, but the ones in the back are normal.
That's how mine is. There's a couple of them that I have,
So
but it's
that's
like it's dark here because it's
it's dark there.
6:26. Yeah, it's not dark yet, but so like, oh wait, let's see if I can do this.
Oh, look at that. And she's running. Oh, and you're right by the beach.
Oh yeah, this is my.
She's like, oh yeah.
I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do this. So there's my garden. No, people are always in my damn yard. It's crazy. They're all just wandering around. I used to, what I would do when I would go visit other islands is I would dig up all the flowers and stuff, and then I would plant them in my yard around. So there's flowers everywhere, but those flowers that are all around my house are flowers that I got on my travels.
See, okay, so I think your house is actually very, it's very, I don't want to say representing, but it is very, because you live very close to the water, you can see the lake, and so just like you have a little bit of a beach, and me, I don't know if I can do it. Let me see. I've never tried to play backwards before.
It was not fun. I kind of got a little queasy.
I am actually very close to mine because I live up.
That's too funny.
On top of it, and I didn't even think about it until you showed me yours. I gotta go this way. But I live up on top, close to an actual cliff that overlooks water. And I didn't even realize it.
Very cool.
Until like just now. Like it's very it's very similar to how we actually both live. And I did not plan that.
I mean, I didn't plan to look like no.
No. And the thing is I still have a hill section that I can go up. So, which is, it's fairly accurate. Whoop, whoop.
There's still all over the place, but it's just like a glare.
I know. I'm sorry. That's because where my computer and my camera sit is right in front of a window.
Yeah, well,
I have to, or I won't have any light, and I would rather actually face the light head on than have it at my back.
Well, it's different times of the day for you too, because like there's windows all around me right now, but it's getting dark because the sun's going to set here soon. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess maybe we should.
So that's our nerdiness.
That's our nerdiness. My island is Blooming Island, and then what is yours?
Mine is Für Elise, which is a Beethoven, I believe, song. It's the one that goes da 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 da. Which is my favorite, and I actually have that in a music box, actually.
Cool.
That I've had for 20 some years, 30 some years since we graduated. It was a graduation gift.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love music boxes.
So, I got lots of fossils today.
Very cool. I did too, and they didn't need any in the museum, and so oh my goodness, I went to the store with all the fossils that he wouldn't take from me, and I made 156,000 bells.
Did you pay off your house so you could get an addition?
I've got I've got the room in the back. I still have like I paid part of it off, but I'm trying to right now. I'm working on infrastructure, so lots of bridges and inclines.
I forget how many rooms you can have, but I have the main room and then a back room, and then I have two side rooms. I think from there you can only go to the basement and you can go up.
Yeah, I have the main room and the back room.
Yeah,
I have not gotten any further because it was really hard to get around on my island. So
you needed to, yeah.
I needed to. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm adding in extra inclines now. I'm working
yeah,
on
I
some
figured I'd
inclines.
work on that after I got everything like taken care of on the island where I could get around
Mhm.
easy and stuff. So yeah, so if you
There you
guys
go.
play Animal Crossing, we would love to have you join us. You can leave your friend code in the comments, or you can join our Stitching the Miles Together Facebook group where we will also talk about our
Animal
dermatitis.
Crossing.
Yes, and it's a private group, so I mean, you're not going to be out there like all your info.
No, 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 no. It's
So
private.
it's a private group. I will put that in the show notes in the bottom so that you can get to that if you'd like. We ask you a couple questions. You do not have to knit or crochet. We actually have a member that does not knit or crochet. They just know us and love us, and so they're part of
I
our
think
group.
there might be more than one actually.
Yeah, so
They just think we're entertaining.
they do. So you can find me mostly online on Instagram. That's where I like to hang out a lot, and I am H Dirtle on Instagram, and I am also at heatherspinsyarn.com, and on Facebook you can find the Heather Spins the Yarn group, or you can find me at Erie Islands Petroleum,
Mhm.
the
And
gas
you
station
can
I manage.
yes. Where Heather does awesome things with food and the board and writes fun messages and I
And
am the employee of the month.
yes, the
Or
non-employee of the month.
the non-employee of the month
There's a lot of
forever.
people out there forever and ever, and my boss loves her. She brings the customers. Like anytime I even think about talking to her on the phone, like 4 people pop up. It's great.
It's great for business.
It
So if you
is.
need somebody to help boost your business, have me call you.
Call Nicole. Yes. And
Don't,
where can we
please don't.
find you online, Nicole?
Know it all Nikki everywhere. Whoop, 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 whoop. Know it all Nikki. KnowItAllNikki.com. Know it all Nikki on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. I like to keep it easy.
Me too. I know. I'm thinking about switching stuff around, but not
We
yet.
know you
I
gotta.
know.
I'm gonna have to push her into the funnel. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna bloop, right over the edge.
It's gonna push me right in, and I'll be like, ah. So.
I'm not ready to go.
So if you liked our show, please give us a thumbs up, and please
If you
subscribe to
didn't
the
like the show, keep
channel.
your comments to yourself.
That's right.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, if you don't have anything
2020
nice
is
to
mean
say,
enough.
we just listen to your grandma. Don't say it. Yeah. So,
Cool.
and if you subscribe to the channel, they will let you know the next time we drop a new episode, which should be next week, because Nicole really, really wants to do it weekly, and I'm okay with that. We may not do it every single week, but you know what?
We'll try.
We'll try, but we're not. It's not like this is it's not generating any revenue for us right now. So,
But if you would like us to talk about your yarn, if you would like us to talk about a pattern or try a pattern, we are open to that. Heather is a designer, so she knows what goes into that. And I'm a procrastinator, but I love
and
yarn.
a connoisseur of yarns.
I am a little bit of a yarn snob, but I like connoisseur better. I think I'm gonna
I think
switch to
you're
that.
kind of because you do like the projects you're working on right now. Both of them are made out of acrylic yarn. You like quality yarn.
No,
That's the
well,
yes.
the
Oh no, the Principal Cowl is not. I was thinking about
Principal
Winston,
Cowl is not.
and I was thinking
Yeah,
about
Winston and
Winston.
Downtown Cardigan
Yeah.
are both, yes.
So right. I
But
mean,
by and large, I
it's just
prefer.
I think it's quality yarn is
It
what we're
is.
looking for. It's not like because there's acrylic and then there's squeaky acrylic, and I had some squeaky acrylic. It was really, really funny. I was turning my head and my husband said, "What are you doing?" I could hear my hat. Like I never realized that people had called yarn squeaky before until that moment, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I think it's my hat." I'm just doing this, and my poor husband, he's just like, what is wrong with you? What are you
Take
doing?" I'm
that
like,
hat off.
"What else is your hat saying to you, dear?" All
Right?
right. So this is the Stitching the Miles podcast.
This is our Midwestern goodbye.
This is our Midwestern goodbye. So we are so thankful that you joined us for all of the show. And we
Which
can't what?
I'm not gonna say it. I'm looking at our time and I'm thinking, which is actually gonna be probably 20 minutes shorter than what
It
we
is
are
going to be
looking
20
at.
minutes shorter, yes, because I'm cutting, I'm cutting the raccoon chat out of there. So
Yeah,
aside from the
there's a
after
lot.
chat, there is. So all
If you
right, so
want to know more about the raccoon, join join the group on Facebook.
yes. All
We
right,
will
we'll
be
see you.
happy to talk about the raccoon there.
We will be
And
happy.
Heather's still trying to say goodbye.
I
Heather
am.
wants to go eat dinner.
I'm trying so hard.
I'm sorry.
All right, guys. Well,
Okay,
we will
I
see you
promise.
next time on Stitching the Miles Together. Bye.